Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's the boys over at
What's
Brady
up?
back here.
What up, man?
Thanks for tuning into our Q&A. We know it's been kind of tough to pump some content out recently because of the quarantine and the Rona, but we're doing this for you guys. We appreciate all the questions we got, and I think John's gonna start it off.
Word. So, hold on. Got these questions on my phone. Let me grab them. We got some real good questions, too. A lot of them that I liked. All right, so I guess the first one, naturally, how do we meet? I guess I could start. I knew Dylan, met him in school. We all kind of grew up in the same town, same area, whether it was Island Park and Long Beach area. Glenn, except for Glenn's from East Rockaway, right?
But Alec and Glenn knew each other too back in the day.
Yeah.
They went to school together.
So, like, I guess we were all kind of peers at first, and then we all started hanging out because of the vape shop, because Alec and Dylan worked there, and Alessio used to work there, and we all kind of would come in and out, and then we started chilling. Naturally, I knew Christian for a while because I knew Dylan sixth grade. That makes what? How old are you in sixth grade?
12.
12? So
Oh my God.
I've known you 11 years.
Bro, I went
At the
to
end of this
kindergarten
month.
with you, dog.
We did, dog. I forgot. Oh, and yo, wait. You know what that he just reminded me? I didn't forget because me and Dylan both fucked with Spider-Man. I'm just stoned. We both fucked with Spider-Man heavy, and we used to get salami sandwiches every day, right?
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Dylan. But yeah, and then anyone else wanna? I mean, we've all we just grew. We've been friends for a minute.
Yeah, me and Glenn were jamming for a while. At
Yeah.
the time, earlier when the band first started, we had a different guitarist. Rest in peace, Mike.
Rest in peace to Mike, yo.
Quick edit.
He was a good guy. He really was.
He decided to go his separate ways with the band.
No,
And I was like,
actually
yo, Glenn. I showed Glenn our stuff, and he was like, word, it's kind of tight. I'm like, word, do you want to join the band? He's like, yeah, I'll join the band. And then we jammed, and that was that.
And that was right after Glenn met Alessio in prison, right?
Yeah, I showed him.
There. Yo, let's
I'm
talk
actually
about.
not allowed to talk about that currently.
Okay. Yo, let's talk about
Yeah.
how one day I rolled into Panera and saw Christian just fucking licking away at an acoustic guitar on his lunch break.
I love the music.
I'm pretty sure we have a question regarding that too.
And Panera.
That was how long before we even started the band?
I mean, that particular, when I went into this random Panera in Island Park just to grab a bite, and I was friends with Christian on Facebook, and I saw that he was just sharing the fucking sickest lickety splits I've ever heard in my life. And I'm super big into neo kind of stuff, and I feel like he was kind of touching on some stuff like that. So I was always trying to make music, and I wanted him to. He thought I was crazy for sure.
Facts.
I thought you were crazy handsome.
Well, there you go.
Christian was working Panera, so that was like a minute ago. That had to be like 5-6 years ago.
I was either 18 or 19.
Yeah, probably around then.
And now you're like 45, so.
Now I'm 47 years old.
Christian's been getting younger.
Yeah. All right, so I guess next question, I'll hit Christian. Yeah, I'll hit Christian with this one. What's your favorite prog band?
Favorite prog band all time, without a doubt, Mastodon. They had an influence on me since I was young. Funny enough, my dad actually put me onto them because he used to listen to Sirius XM radio. He's a Christian.
Shout out Mr. Z.
I was like in 8th grade. He was like, you have to listen to this album. Which I've already been listening to Mastodon since I was like 4th grade or whatever, because I didn't know what I was buying. Like when I went to the stores, I would buy cool album art, and the album Leviathan has a sick fucking whale on it. It's like a Moby Dick, and they changed my life.
Yeah, we know you like that Moby
It
Dick.
changed your life, Christian.
We like that.
Dick
Yeah, we know
changed
you
my
like
life.
that Moby Dick, bro. It's like, yo, Glenn, what about you, bro?
Favorite prog band?
Yes.
Probably the Contortionist. Chan, Polyphia. Same old. Everyone's
I feel you.
favorites.
Yeah, I fuck with China Polyphia. Yo, shout out Cat Bamboo, because they're pretty sick too.
Cat
And-
Bamboo.
Rad.
Yeah, we fuck with them. So, what about you guys? Dylan, Alec, Alessio, any weigh in on this one? I know it's not particular to all of us, but
I like Mastodon a lot.
I fuck with Mastodon too.
I like Mastodon
Baroness
too.
too. Baroness is sick.
Yeah.
Baroness is also
If I'm
awesome.
gonna fuck with any prog, it's gonna be like probably Polyphia, maybe sometimes John. Not exactly my realm of.
Facts, I feel like those are like the, if you know prog household prog names, like Chon and Polyphia. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
instrumental guitar prog.
yeah, like that's just like what you
I
know
like
that.
Town Needs Guns. They're good.
They're good. Yeah.
And yo, who I fuck with too? Animals as leaders.
Yeah, my boy Tosin.
They go hard.
That's your boy.
That's my boy.
That's
bro.
your boy.
That's my boy.
All right, yo, Glenn, you start this one off. Best, I guess favorite guitar brand, which is an
Favorite
obvious
guitar
for you.
brand?
Yeah.
It's actually not that obvious. It's Stramberg
Really?
guitars. Yeah. And I like Fender. I like Gibson. Taylor, Martin. I'm basic. But Stramberg's though. And Mayonnaise, Aristides. Sir, I could go on and on.
Oh, it's titties.
Christian, what about you?
Thank you. Thank you.
That's an easy one. Stramberg, without a doubt, just because I'm
Of
a lazy
course.
guitarist. So the guitars are super lightweight, so I can bring them everywhere. They're good for travel, good for shows. To restring them is way simpler than a normal guitar. I just put it in one end, put it in the other one, tighten it up, and that's it.
I bet you do,
So,
Christian.
Yeah, I bet I do. But and then outside of that, probably Ibanez. But ironically enough, I sold all my Ibanez guitars.
Oh,
and I haven't
Ibanez.
in like 3 years. But Ibanez,
Bro, shout out the Charvel too. The Charvy. Come on. That
and the
thing's beautiful.
Charvel. I
The
like
Charvel's
it.
beautiful.
It's nice.
That thing
Fender.
is not, sounds great.
Dude, that's my favorite one of your guitars. Is the Chev.
The Charvel.
Yeah, it's a beaut.
Yo, Dylan, what about you, bro? Favorite bass?
My Fender, bro. Just the Fender. Yeah, but if I had to buy a guitar, I'd probably end up buying like a Telly. If I had to buy a new bass, I would buy a Music Man. So,
What's the
bongo.
what's the 5-string that you played
so that's
that
Fender.
you had? That's
Fender.
Christian.
Yeah.
Stramberg Bowden bass.
Stramberg mode and
Oh,
bass.
yeah. I
Stramberg?
haven't had the opportunity to play one, but I bet you they're sick.
Probably fire.
A little out
Shout
of
out
your normal
Stramberg.
price range.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
shout out Stramberg. Sponsor us, please.
Please, for the love of God, please.
All right, I like this one. This was a good one. Who do we look up to in the music industry? I'll let Alessio and Alec start that off since you guys are 2 in 1 window. What's up?
Wow.
So I really look up to bands like Neck Deep, Day to Remember, bands that have done a lot of, like, I look up to like marketing a lot. I think that shit is really cool because like a lot of people out there make great music but never get heard.
Yeah.
How come? And I think that like the marketing behind what drives a good musician into like success is like the coolest shit.
Yeah, I feel that. Alessio?
Cool. Was it was it influences for writing or?
Bands you look up to.
Oh, bands I look up to?
Yeah, in the music
so-
industry.
So I
Or
want
just
to
anyone in the music industry in general.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to start it off with saying Paramore. They're like a scene staple and also on the alternative side. So like a lot of people could get into them. And to his point, they're just marketable. Like they have good stuff. They've never wrote a bad album. So I'm encompassing all of that when I say that. I like Escape the Fate, specifically Dying is Your Latest Fashion. I'm a real big fan of that stuff. And just like a lot of used, a lot of that nature.
Word. I feel you. Dill's on. Who you looking up to, Poppy?
I like all the hardcore bands that are popping off right now. And then, you know what I saw yesterday? This fucking Slaughter to Prevail. I think they're killing
They're
it.
sick.
They're so sick. But bands like that are like been marketing themselves super well, bouncing off what Alex said.
Facts, like Code Orange.
Yeah, hell yeah.
With that,
these
with
guys
that
are
Twitch stream.
They're killing it right now for sure.
That Twitch stream was beautiful too.
Beautiful.
The cameras, like
Yeah,
everything,
Code
the way they
Orange
set it up,
murdered
like
it.
that shit was nice.
Yeah, I think that was done by this guy, Hate56.
That's
He
it.
did those?
Yeah, he catalogs a bunch of hardcore and metal shows, basically.
I know that. I didn't know that he did the Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
fine.
guess I'll go. Like Alex said, I guess the same thing. I look up to, I guess, a little other aspects behind the scenes of actually making the music, of the music itself. But I do like Neck Deep. I do like, I don't know. I've been liking, I'm more of, I guess, well, the question's who I look up to in the music industry. So I guess just most of my favorites, like Neck Deep. Actually, Youth Fountain is also pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's sick too.
Yeah, I fuck with them. I've listened to a lot of Movements. I kind of listen to some stuff like a little different than what I write and sing, I guess. Like I've been getting into like more hardcore shit because of Christian and Dylan. Fuck with, like you said, Code Orange, Knock Loose. I've been fucking with Silent Planet, Counterparts. What's that?
Norma Jean.
Norma Jean, but I'm thinking of another band and I just can't remember the name of it. Whatever it is. But yeah,
Unstoppable.
I guess that's who I look up to. Yeah,
Body count.
yeah, I,
Body
just look up
Count.
to, yeah. I think that's the same for a lot of
Body
like,
count.
people we like. I like the
Body
body.
count?
Shout out Body Count. Ice-T. Well, Ice-T is just a gem.
Get
SVU.
shot.
SVU. Glenn, stop, bro.
Sorry.
He's a class act.
Anyone
Ice-T.
else have anything else to add? Christian, Glenn, on that one? Who do you look up to in the music industry?
Like who we currently look up to, or just in
Yeah.
general? Or
I think just in the music industry in general. It's a pretty broad question.
I don't know. There's a lot of bands. I feel like it's changing all the time. I'll just default to the Chan and Polyphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because I feel like there's two things like I really respect and look for in music. It's one is becoming like a master at your craft and what you do. There's something that I can't help but respect about somebody who puts in like an unbelievable amount of time into their instrument. For me,
Yeah.
it's guitar. Obviously, it's what I like. And it just becomes next level outside of the band, outside of everything. I just like that they do that. And two, I really respect people who overcome a lot of adversity on their journey. So for them to choose what's not traditionally a very mainstream form of music, to pursue it wholeheartedly and become successful while simultaneously balancing that with their own personal practice, I find that unbelievably like inspiring as well.
Hell yeah. What a beautiful, perfect
Shit.
answer, Christian.
Yeah,
That was touching.
you should have seen the script that he was showing me today.
Yeah,
I was like,
bro. Yeah, bro. You should see me. I was crying before I came on here.
Glenn, what about you, bro? Who you look
Yeah,
up to
so
in the
pretty
music
much
industry?
same as what Christian said, but just in a different kind of thing. Like I listen to a lot of different music too, like besides the whole prog thing and metal. I do listen to a ton of metal and prog, but like I also like really look up to like Bon Iver, Kevin Parker, Tame Impala, stuff like that, Pine Grove,
Shout out Pine Grove.
jazz dudes. I don't know. I listen to a lot of like Julian Lage and shit, like
I get in
Julian
Glenn's
Lage
car.
is
I get in
nuts.
Glenn's car, and it's like just rolling the dice. Like he'll just have like it's like reggae.
Bro, he put me
or
on
it's
to
just like,
reggae.
It's like,
I love reggae.
It's something hard. Like
we
Barrington
were all
Levy.
back in Voodoo, and just me and Glenn. He was playing fucking Bon
We
Iver.
all know Glenn loves reggae.
And that shit was so tight, so tight.
It's sick, right? Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Bon Iver is so dope. I like what
Bon
they do with
Iver.
like samples and things like that. I also really like synthesizers and stuff like Tame Impala. And then shred stuff, Chan. I love those guys. They've been doing on guitar what I've been wanting to do since I started playing guitar. And then
I agree.
yeah, so
word. Since we were talking about Glenn anyway, perfect segue into the next question. How has Glenn been as an addition to the band? I don't know who wants to start on that,
awesome.
but he
I'll-
fucking
I'll take
sucks.
that from here.
I'll just cap it off. He fucking sucks.
The
Honestly,
worst.
Glenn, he's very touchy, if you know what I mean. I'm not gonna get into it.
A little weird.
I think
Yeah,
Glenn's
literally.
been a great addition to the band, and it's not because I'm held at gunpoint.
You know,
I
he would,
and the fact that we're spending time talking about him right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, he was really proactive when joining the band about learning our older material, even though he didn't have a part in it. You know what I mean? Which is really cool.
For sure.
You know, not everyone is open-minded to that sort of thing.
I
But
feel like
he
I made
also,
it like I feel like I made it better also, right?
I agree.
Honestly, no. Honestly, he did. Yeah. All jokes aside,
100%.
we love Glenn, and Glenn's our boy.
He
But
put his
yeah,
own
he
spin
honestly
on
kinda did.
things as well. You know, he didn't just simply learn the material and, you know, just mimic what was written prior. He put his own touch on everything and had no issue, you know, gelling with the rest of the band.
So perfect analogy for it is like, you know, after there's like a crazy like nuclear holocaust and everything is destroyed and there's like 2 survivors standing at the very top on a cliff looking down at the wreckage and one of them goes, you know, it's actually kind of beautiful. That's what Glenn does for our music.
I would say that 100%.
All right.
Yo, I think
Thanks,
I
guys.
want to badmouth and just say Glenn is like a total piece of shit, but that's a joke. Yo, Glenn being an addition,
That's a joke.
just because he's so,
Alessio's just reading off a prompter.
just because he's so well versed in the music, is a perfect addition to Brace for Impact. Thank you, Glenn.
Thanks, guys.
Word. On that note, fuck Glenn. What inspired us? No. This is a good question. What inspired us to make music? Dylan, you know what? You start that one off.
Yo, all right. So I think I speak for everybody here where like we all kind of had like some sort of drive to want to make music or want to create something, period. You know?
Yeah.
And before like expressing that to each other, obviously Christian been playing guitar, Alex been playing drums, Glenn's been playing guitar as well. I didn't know that Alessio screamed for like the longest. I knew John rapped and shit, and then like I would knew long guitar and bass, and like so like we all sort of had this going, and then like kind of you know
All the pieces
wasn't able to like come together and you know create something.
Yeah, we were all always kind of drawn to it. Like you said too, just being around fucking Christian and stuff, going to your house and stuff like that, listening to him shred. A lot of people don't know that Christian played bass first, and he was a fucking crazy bassist. So he had to just pick up. One day he was like, "Fuck it, bro, I'm on 6 with it."
I'm on 6 with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
enough glory in the bass world for me.
Yeah, we kind of all always drawn to music. I honestly never really sang until I started singing in the band though, and it was kind of just like trying it out. Like I've only been singing as long as I've been in the band, which is about 1.5 years, 2 years now.
which is probably the cooler
More
story.
or less going on 2 years.
Which is probably a cooler story the most.
What happened?
Which is probably a cooler story the most, because like
Probably, yeah.
you know, because
Sorry,
all
you're
these
breaking
people
up,
have
my
all
bad.
these years under their belt, like singing and shit, and then you just hop on and it's fucking great, you know?
Yeah,
I agree.
Well, I mean, yeah, I used to sing and stuff when I was a kid and shit like that. Sing like everyone sings in the shower, everyone sings in the car. You know what I mean? The shit we all do. But yeah, what about Glenn Jamin? What about you over there, bro? What inspired you, bro?
Well, I picked up the guitar at a super young age and learned a couple chords and then like learned some songs and stuff and then like figured out that it was pretty much the only thing that I was good at. And so I've just been kind of
Just
riding that
became the
wave for a little bit. No, but like I just been kind of coasting on that. And then yeah. And I kind of just, I don't know, I like it. It's fun. I like listening to music. I like watching people play music. I like playing music, but it's a struggle, but it's all
Yeah, I
good.
like when we play shows and we see, and there's like always like, I mean, everyone's tight, but like there's always like those 1 or 2 bands where we're kind of like, damn, those dudes are actually sick. You know what I mean? Like it's dope watching them. Like that shit's always fun.
Exactly.
That shit's inspiring in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's great to see, admire other people and see how good they are at what they do.
Word. All right. So, do you guys have anything you want to add on that? Alessio, Alec, anything more?
Question: What inspires music?
What inspired us to make music?
Yo, personally, yo, like I'll listen to a song, like I'll find new music and like I'll listen to some shit for the first time, and I'll be like, oh my god, like this is so good. This is probably the best thing I've ever heard. Like, and like I just can't believe how good what I'm hearing is. And then I'll
Yeah.
listen to that song again a month later for the 100th time and feel the exact same way. And like that shit like blows me away how good that shit is, and like that little whatever it moves inside me, and I want to be a part of somebody else hearing and feeling that way.
I feel that.
Facts.
Yeah, you know what? You ever have? Well, I guess specifically for me, like, well, I mean, maybe for you guys too. Like, if you ever hear a riff, but like sometimes I hear some shit, like some lyrics or like a chorus, or something. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'm like, should have been me, bro. Like,
For me, you know, at a young age, basically, I started playing music like cello incidentally. I just zoomed in on that. I didn't really have any understanding of what it was about. I was just going, oh, I want to play cello. You know, I signed myself up. But I was always around music in my household. And then I switched to bass. You know, I played in like orchestra and obviously switched to guitar. But I don't have any direct influences necessarily like nowadays. Like, you know, obviously I have feelings that I want to express, so I'll do that. But, you know, I find inspiration in everything, whether it be movies, art, music, other musicians, something cool I see, a thought I have, like when I'm outside. I don't know. It's a lot of very small things, you know, or moments that inspire me to make music. And I don't really think too much about it. I think at this point, you know, it's innate, and I just love doing it.
I didn't even fucking know it.
What's up? This interview has been officially hacked by Lil Petunia. What's poppin'? Keep my newest mixtape. It's up on the cloud now. Stay drippy, y'all.
All right, fuck you. But good answer, Christian. I fuck with you. I feel the same. I feel the same thing. It's not always just music that inspires you to make music. It could be other things. It could be a feeling. It could be you seeing something. Like the other day, I was reading a comic, and I just he like said I was reading a Batman comic, so he like said some Batman shit.
Yeah.
and I was like, I could probably do something with that.
He's like, I'll snap your neck, motherfucker. You're like, word, I feel you. That's inspiring.
Yo,
But,
my
you know,
current inspiration is Pop Smoke, 100%.
So
Oh, yeah,
P.
R.I.P.
But yeah, there's no shortage of inspiration out there. If I ever find myself kind of like creatively dry, I'm not looking hard enough.
All right, word. Well, this is a perfect question to follow up with. What do we do when we have no ideas to start with music or start with a song, I guess? Who wants to lead that off?
I would say that if I'm trying to write like a riff or something, and it's just not clicking, I would just say the best advice is just to like put down the guitar and just do something else, and then come back later. Because usually, I mean, sometimes you're either on or you're not when it comes to like creating something. And if it's not like there, you don't really want to force it because it's just gonna, I don't know.
I
might
feel
not be
that.
something you're happy with at the end.
I feel that. It's like kind of like the same thing with skating. You're like not nailing a trick or something, or you just can't like, you just come back to it the next day. You stomp that shit like first try, second try.
Yeah, that's a
Same
good
thing with
approach.
learning a song. If you're learning a song on guitar and you are like playing it super slow, and then like it'll be like if you just play it a million times like slow, like where it doesn't even sound like the song, and then you just like stop playing guitar and go to sleep or something, and then like pick it up the next day, like your muscle memory, you'll just be able to play it sometimes.
It's amazing how well that works.
Yeah, I guess for me, for writing lyrics or something, I've been writing run-on sentences, like based on whatever topic or whatever I'm trying to write about. I'll just let everything, I'll just type it and just let it flow, and just whether it rhymes or not, just keep it contextual to whatever I'm thinking and whatever I'm aiming at. And then I'll go back and read it and kind of dissect it and just like build a melody through whatever I take out of it and then add, or you know what I mean? I like to Frankenstein a lot of things. I usually kind of jot one-liners down if I think of it, whether I'm working or I'm doing something, or even if I'm chilling, or even if we're practicing and we're doing something, I think of something else, I'll just write it down real quick, even if it's a few lines, one line. And then later on, I use it for, it's like a bank for when I'm like feeling like I'm like having a little writer's block, or I'm drawing a blank. I'll be like, all right, bet, let me go into the vault real quick and and see what I got with the words.
Yeah. I feel like it's good to chip away at ideas too. You don't, it's hard sometimes when you sit down, you have this plan that, I'm going to accomplish this or write this. And it doesn't always really work that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's okay to give yourself time to chip away at an idea. Like, I got 10% of this part that I wanted, rather than the 100. But then next time you might get 40% or 50 or maybe 5. You don't really know.
Yeah, you can't rush it. You can't rush it either. Like, you can't push it. Like, you're not going to push it out of yourself. It's better if it just comes naturally.
Correct, yeah.
It's safe to say, as a band, when we, like, kind of get caught with, like, that writer's block for all of us, we kind of noodle around. We hear some stuff that Christian and Alec are playing, Glenn's playing, Dylan's playing, and then, sometimes they hit a roadblock, and then we just drop it, maybe until next practice, maybe a week from then, maybe 2 weeks after, maybe a month after, but we'll pick it up again, and it usually ends up being a song. I think we've rarely ever dropped, let go of a song that we were working on ever.
Hell yeah.
Right now, we might have some.
We might have one or two, or like something that we just we have a few, but like nothing serious. Those were kind of like jams that never really turned serious. You know what I mean?
Those were concepts, kind of like our first 5.
Kind of like our singles, yeah.
Yeah, all concepts, all experiments and stuff.
Well, here you go right here. Do we have any, next question is, do we have any upcoming plans for an EP?
Nope.
Never. No, we 100% do. We have, I'm pretty sure it's like, what is it? It's 6 songs, right?
Yep.
6-song EP.
Half a dozen songs.
It's actually almost done, but coronavirus.
So
coronavirus pushing us back a little bit.
We're going to have it for you guys before 2020 is over, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's that's that work right there. It's such a cohesive piece of like it all sounds like all the singles we have out now. Like it's not, this one sounds this way and the other sounds this way because it was all a work through of like what really is Brace for Impact. And you guys are gonna find, I think, that on this record the sound is very cohesive and you're gonna hear
100%.
Brace for Impact.
Yeah, we found a direction that we think works for us, and then most importantly, it's like a much more mature sound for us. I know everyone says that, but it's true. We spent so much time together, so much time getting to know each other, learning our processes, writing, experimenting, that infancy phase is kind of over. Oh, yeah. And we're starting to really hone in on like specific emotions or expressions that we want to get out. And it makes our everything that we have out look like child's play.
But it's also still just us, our whole our snowball effect. How I feel like we have so many aspects that we come into, and then it's just like all through the music. We got like it's like hip hop, it's like hip hoppy. It's like it's pretty dope.
Yo,
it's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Or
Glenn, where you at?
Glenn.
That's good.
All right. Next question, which we kind of touched on already, which is what's the writing process of a song like? And I guess like Alessio said, we kind of we jam. Whether whether I come with lyrics or Alec comes with something on the drums I'm trying to get done, or Glenn or Christian got some riffs they want to lay down. Dylan's got a nice thumper. we just jam it out. What about you guys? Anything to input on that?
I mean, it's kind of more straightforward than you might think. Like people be like, "Oh, the process, this and that." Like Christian plays some shit that it just for a second. I'll start playing to it, and then if I'm playing, then Dylan's playing, and all of a sudden John's like, "Oh, I think I have some shit that I wrote last week that will work with this," and then before you know it,
we all flow with each other.
Doesn't work, or we're fucking working on something.
Yeah.
I would. Go ahead.
Wait. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like,
personally. So
no, but if you just let me.
No, but you could definitely. No, go ahead.
Oh, Christian, no, not your turn.
What?
All right, I'm gonna go.
Let Glenn talk. Oh, wait,
let Glenn go.
No, stop. Let him go.
Go.
Yeah, let me just.
Oh, bro, just
say.
Go though.
All right.
I forgot what I was gonna say now. No, I was gonna say music usually comes like all at the same time, pretty much, and then like John and Alessio just like magically just have lyrics and they just like have melodies. So like I don't really know how it works, but like usually it starts with Christian will write like a riff or something, and then like Alec will put a drum part, and then like Alex said, like Dylan will start, and then I'll like be doing some stuff on it, and then like it'll already be a song for some reason. Like John will already have like, but no, that's not how the verse
Yeah, it
goes.
becomes a song.
No, but you're playing the chorus.
Yeah, no, that's the chorus. No, it's a double chorus out.
Yeah.
Yo, if I
It's
had
like,
a dollar for every time somebody in the room had to be like, yo, we just started this 10 minutes ago, and I 13 hours or something, I'll be doing well.
I'd say something that's actually really helpful to our creative process is that
here we go.
Oftentimes when we go in to start writing a song, we don't have a specific direction. Like none of us have any real expectations about where the song should go. That actually comes way later after we have, a skeleton of a song and most of the structure down. Then we'll hone in on the details and then make something that is a little more specific.
On that, I'd like to add as well is that like we're never aiming for a certain sound. Like we're never trying to execute like a specific type of sound. We're truly just making something that we like, how we want to, the way we want to. We're not trying to box ourselves to a specific genre. We don't even know what to call our music. We just make music, and if you like it, thank you. We appreciate it. And if
We
not,
want
it's
to
cool.
like it.
Pretty much just call it what you want.
Like it, but if you don't,
Yeah, like it's like we want. Yeah,
we don't care if you don't like it.
yeah.
We hope you do though.
But when you do,
As long as we
show
like it.
love, and
Yeah.
even if you listen and you don't tell anyone, tell us, we appreciate you, and we love that. That's why we do it. So thank you.
And let me just also say, not as a backhanded compliment to ourselves, but if you don't really fuck with the music, like in a recorded scenario, if you come see us live, you will fuck with us after that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got good energy.
Yo, I'd also like to add that personally for me, like I like like a few things. I either like to hear like an instrumental, whether it's all played out or like a part of it, so I'm comfortable, or I like to know what John has in mind with or without instrumental, so I could kind of gauge the vibe and the energy. So when it comes to those hard vocals, where to punch, where not to punch, where to let it breathe and stuff like that. And yeah.
We also argue a lot. Don't forget that.
Oh, 100%. That is the key and root to it all is just argue with each other about everything. Just
Imagine
argue.
you're married,
Shut up.
except to 5 other people. You're married to 5 people. That's us.
That's the thing,
And
though.
everything is
we're
do
all
or die.
homies. Yeah, we all homies. We all love each other. The best way to do is argue it out. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Dude, your posture sounds better than
All right, I wanted to mention, this isn't a question, but I wanted to mention that someone said to go live on Instagram and play a few songs, and we would totally do that. But right now, because of the small business ban, our practice space that we practice at is not open. So if it does open before everything's back to normal, maybe we can get something going, and we would love to do that if we can get it in a situation where it would sound good and not like shit through a phone. So
Yeah, shout out Jam House Jim.
yeah, shout out
Jim
Jim
and Mike.
Good fucking guy, man.
and Mike. Yeah, and Mike. And Mike.
If you guys are ever in Lindenhurst and need a jam space, or even on the South Shore of Long Island, definitely check out Jam House. They're all over Google. You can give Jim a call and he'll find a space for you quick.
Hell yeah, Jim's a real wholesome guy.
This will be on his
Jim, that
Instagram.
plug was for free, but we will be short the next time we come to practice.
Yeah. All right, I got a question for, I guess, Glenn, Christian, and Dylan. It's your guys' rig run through. What are you guys working with? What magic?
All right, I got for the Brace for Impact stuff, I use a Strandberg guitar, Bowden OS7. I use a Black
Shout
Star.
out Strandberg. Can you sponsor us? Strandberg, sponsor us. Sponsor them.
Strandberg. Hit me
Strandberg.
up, Ola. I know you see this right now. I know you're one of the 6 people watching this right now. But guess what? I use a Black Star HT100 Mark II fire amp, and I like Marshall CADs. And at home, I use an Axpex 2. I also love my Strat, American Strat, and Prophet Rev 2 synth, OP1, jamming.
Tight, Dylan. What's good? What are you working with?
I'm playing a
4-string Fender Jazz. And then I'll run it if we're playing a show through whatever the house has. And then when we practice, I use this Harkey full stack with, I don't even know what kind of head it is, but all tube amp stuff. And that's what I'd be rocking with.
Facts. That thumper.
The thumper. I just want to thump and headband.
I just want to thump.
Yo, because
Look,
I'm
thump,
not
bro.
involved in this question.
What the?
Picking
I
up
just want to thump. Christian?
I use a Bowden OS6 Ramberg. That's pretty much all I play. For in a live setting and a practice setting, I'll use a PV6505 Plus. This is a tube amp. I like to plug in and keep it simple. You know, I don't want a crazy signal chain. I don't want a crazy pedal board. None of that. I do all the effects like volume swells on the guitar with the tone knob and the volume knob, and then at home I use the effects too, though.
No effects
And then I'll
gang.
do effects. No effects, gang. We keep it raw.
We go direct straight in to the amp.
Straight in.
No pedals.
Really hard. In. No pedals. No
Clip-on
protection.
tuner.
Straight in.
All right.
Yeah.
And last but not least, a good question to end on. How did we come up with the band name? And I'm going to leave that one off to specifically Alessio and Alec, who are conveniently in the same screen. You guys, that's all you.
We just gave each other coronavirus.
Wait, Rochambeau again. Rochambeau for who starts?
Easy money.
It's the same. I just loot for paper, bro.
Easy money. Here. Maybe this will feel better. Thanks. So, brace for impacts. Driving in the car with Alessio a few years ago, whatever, and we're like, we should jam, this and that. What would we call it? He goes, yo, and I don't know how many conversations this actually was, but at a point he was like, brace for impact. And I was like, I like that. This is actually my favorite Day to Remember song. It has lyrics, brace for impact in it. I was like, cool, I fuck with that. I didn't know the song, but Alessio also was thinking of a song by Falling in Reverse called Sink or Swim that says that. So we both had personal agendas.
Yeah.
His idea.
So brace for impact. It always if I ever heard it in music, it was always right before a slam. So I thought that was kind of a cool vibe. Also, it was just like a no-brainer. Like brace for impact. Like looked it up. Like nobody had brace for impact the band yet. Nobody made that. Lo and behold, we make our band. And we start putting out music, and then all of a sudden we see these guys from France called Brace for Impact. So shout out to them. I think they stopped.
Yeah, shout out France.
I think they stopped making.
Shout out.
music, but
Shout out France.
Ooh, wee wee.
Shout out to Croissant.
I just
Croissant.
thought it should have been.
French baguette.
I just thought the name Brace for Impact should have been taken like way in the 80s, and I was just shocked that nobody ever did. I just thought it was simple, and it was a phrase that everybody knows in the back of their head, and it's cool.
I feel like it's like it stands out, but it's also like it's like it sounds like you said, it kind of sounds like it's something already, but it because when you told us or when you told me, like I didn't know or I didn't piece that it was from either of those songs, so I just took it as a name. You know what I mean? And it kind of sounds like something you had already heard of, but like not at the same time, and it's. I don't know. I think it's just I feel like it makes sense. Like, it's like, oh yeah, it like almost is like, yeah, it's a band. Of course it's a band. But also at the same time, like, you don't know.
Actually, I didn't like the name at first, but now I love it.
Well, now because it's us. At this point, it's us. Brace for Impact is no longer from either of those songs. It's us.
Plus, if you've ever been in a plane crash, that's always like the last thing you hear.
You're gonna
100%. That happened on the last 2 plane crashes I was on.
We have a plan to crash our own plane, just so we go out with the legacy of the name.
Right. All right, and I guess that was the last question. So I guess on that note, thank you everyone, whoever sent in a question. Maybe we'll do this again. This was fun. We got a lot of good questions. We got not more questions than I thought, but the questions were better than I thought they would be. I guess I'll say that. I was impressed. And
Very interesting questions.
And thank you for the love on the music. Shout out to Wits End. It's been doing super well. You guys have been crushing
you.
it on sharing that and bumping it. So we appreciate it and everything else, and just wait for what we got coming out. It's gonna be hot. Anyone else have anything to add before we say sayonara?
The EP is
Finkel
coming.
is Einhorn.
Thanks, Glenn. The EP is coming soon. We're really excited for that. We are bracing ourselves for some merch. The EP and just good times, man.
So, all I want to say is anyone who listens to our music instantly a stud. Your penis will grow
Instantly.
6 inches.
You're a
and your
king
breasts
or
will
you're
go
a
up an
queen?
entire breast size. King or queen if you listen to us. That's
It's
it.
crazy,
That's just a
too.
fact. It's clinically proven.
The CDC actually recently put out a statement that said that Brace for Impact shirts, which are live on our website, which you can find in our Instagram bio, are the only effective protective gear against the coronavirus.
That's a fact, though.
Not a ton of them left.
That's true.
You should
I think I
probably
was reading
check
that
out.
too.
Yeah, actually, we have some stickers on there
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Alec, we have some stickers on there too, right? The Wits End
We have
sticker.
Wits End cover art stickers. We have Scuffed cover art stickers. We have half for me, half for you T-shirt stickers. What are you doing?
Sick. All right, yeah, that's at our Instagram. If you don't follow us, it's at Brace for Impact Band. On Twitter, it is _Brace for Impact, and you can get the link to both merch stores in there, and we'll drop it in the description below. Thank you guys again, and
Take
I guess
care.
peace out.
Thank you, guys.
Guys.
Later.
Thank you.